We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. Salute to everybody in the building. Let me know if y'all can hear me out there. Put a number 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Want to make sure y'all can hear me. Put a number 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Need to make sure I'm being heard. Okay, great. Excellent. Salute to all the visionaries. Salute to all the visionaries. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the share button. Like and share the stream. Like and share the stream. After you hit the like button, after you hit the share button, if this is your first time here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Once again, salute to the A-Game family. Salute to the A-Game nation. And we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV with another one. But before we get into the show, I would like to announce that all of the members of the channel, you will see me posting content on my community wall for you guys. I have been releasing some content to everyone who's on the first tier of my membership, but I won't be releasing anything else for now on. If you would like any other exclusive content as far as my movie breakdowns, music breakdowns, and to have access to the relaunch of DS1 Comedy Hour and Friends, which is coming real soon, y'all gonna have to join the $10 membership a month to be able to view that. I will not be putting any more of the I will not be putting any more of the Comedy Hour content available for anybody. So if you are not a member of the channel, you will not be able to view any of the content. It will all go on members only. So if you would like to see any of the upcoming episodes of the Comedy Hour, make sure you join the channel along with any other exclusive content. So salute to all of the members so far. I appreciate y'all. I definitely wanted to give y'all more content if y'all missed anything. So salute to all of my members. I appreciate y'all. Much love. So let me give some shout outs. Shout out to Queen of C in the building. Much love to you, Queena. Shout out to Mr. Greasy J. Salute, Mr. Greasy. It's been a minute, bro. Salute to you. Crystal Reed, what's going on, Crystal? Shout out to my brother, the Book of Rona. A-Game family in the building. Salute. Salute to my brother, the Bishop in the building. A-Game family. Shout out to Sir O. Shout out to my brother, Ebo Sosa. A-Game family in the building. We here. See who else up in here. Shout out to Young Manhood in the building. A-Game family on the check-in. Salute. Shango Zulu on the check-in. Shout out to my brother Walt Diddy on the check-in. Salute. Shout out to Miss Mona on the check-in. Salute. King Maya BZ. Salute. Man, shout out to everybody, man. Salute to everybody that's on the check-in. Appreciate the love. Make sure you like and share. And let's get to it. Y'all see today's show. We're going to be talking about vagina vision. We're going to have to revisit some things. And why not take the time to revisit vagina vision after seeing that, craziness during Rolling Loud. Now, I don't know if you guys watched the Rolling Loud thing. They actually went live on YouTube and they showed every performance. Honestly, to me, I like BFB the Pac-Man's performance. Shout out to my man Pac-Man. I rock with BFB the Pac-Man. He representing for the fat guys. So that's why I'm rocking with my guy. And he put on a hell of a performance. He a new artist. He got that hit song out right now with Coi Leray. He shut it down. Right? But this whole thing that they got Little Nas X doing, right? You have to understand what we're looking at, brothers. And shout out to Kendra because she went in on her video earlier. So salute to the Crimson Cure. If y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all go over there, y'all subscribe, and y'all support our sister, the Crimson Cure. But she said in her video, this is why it's important we have our own media. And that's true. It is very important that we have our own media because we can represent ourselves the way we want to. We can represent ourselves the correct way. Right? But what brothers have to begin to do is brothers have to begin to withdraw from the mentality that the backward value system creates. See, a lot of times when we speak on brothers working with each other, brothers building with each other and things like that, a lot of times what usually gets in the way of things is the fact that brothers don't have the same mentality, meaning they don't value the same things. So what ends up happening is that's why a lot of things don't work out, because here it is, you got a guy who cares about his people and helping his people and building with his people so his people is okay. And then you have another guy who wants to go and be around people who saying they building for their people, but just to take from them and to go and to give it back to the same people with the mindset of, I don't have to do for my people, or I don't care if my people have or not, long as I'm good. See, when two brothers come and they try to work together with those conflicting ideologies, a lot of times things don't work because one person's ambition is different than the other's. You see? And what they doing with Little Nas X, they're using him to literally push all of this gynocratic programming into young kids, especially young boys. See, what he's doing is he's playing with images, y'all. This is what he's doing. He's talking to the subconscious mind of young men. Because I don't understand what was the reason for him doing a jail scene. What was the purpose of doing that? Like, what are you depicting? What are you trying to show? What are you trying to get across? You see? And then you're gonna have the people that come out and say, "Oh, it's not that serious. Oh, it's not like that. You know, you're reading into it too much. It's not that serious." See, you're gonna always have those people that's gonna make you think that you should subscribe to Vagina Vision. Because what is the difference between the soap operas and Love and Hip Hop? What's the difference? The difference is the soap operas wasn't as ratchet. You know, they in the soap operas you had ratchets and classy ratchets. You know, so in the soap operas that came on, you know, regular TV, them women were a little more slick with they, you know, with they sass and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's all Vagina Vision. It's all Vagina Vision. What do you think Little Nas X is the poster child for? He's promoting and pushing that full steam ahead. And what they're doing is how they're saying he's okay with getting away with this stuff is the fact that he has a certain sexual preference that he should be able to express. See, this is how they get you, or they get young men to confuse themselves with their nature versus their culture. See, because now a young boy could start questioning how he feels and how he thinks about himself because he's caught up in this culture, which is an example of what? This. It's an example of this. This is why we have to speak about vagina vision. And the images that are being put out there for our young men to look at, for our sons to digest. This is why we shouldn't even have them watching that. Because it's going to get him to question his biology. It's going to get him to question his biology. And this is what they're using pop culture to do, brothers. This is why you see so you see, what you have to understand is what Little Nas X is doing is he's using imagery, right? Or they're using him as the poster child to keep promoting what? Vagina vision. To keep creating what? Maggles, male gynocrats. How does that happen? If you constantly promote this pop culture that puts out these images to the subconscious mind of young men, those images will begin to create questions. He will begin to question how he thinks and how he feels about himself as a boy. This is why you got so much young boys out here saying how they don't know what sexual preference they are. They don't know what they are. It is because of this culture. You see? Which is rooted in a value system that changes the biology of men. This is what it's doing. Why it'll make a young boy say, why should I want to be a man? When I'll get more things in life being a woman. You see? And this is how the effeminate male came about. The one who always sat in the house and sat up under his mother and watched all the soap operas with her and knew everything that was going on Lifetime. See, we have to speak out against this because what we looking at, this trifecta, biocothyron, is always at work. You have to understand that the ops, I'm just being funny, but they're always running the system that you see on your screen. This is why you hear everybody, it's about the culture. This is culture. That is culture. This is culture. That is culture. Cancel culture. This culture. That culture. They're doing that to get you to question your nature, to get you to question your biology, brothers. Do not allow this to happen. I will not allow it. None of us here in the A Game Nation will allow it. because we also understand the constant threat of extinction that we have to deal with as men on the regular. You have to understand the power of imagery and how images play in your mind. This is how you hear guys came up with the whole thing with television is tell lies to your vision and all of those things. See, you get that, oh, that's tell lies to your vision, because at the end of the day, they're playing on your mind. They playing with your biology. You ever heard the saying, your mind is the devil's playground? Where do you think these things come from? It is because they're constantly trying to get you away from your nature, brother. They don't want you to be masculine. They don't want you to exude masculinity at all. They rather our women be masculine. They rather our women be masculine, brothers. This is why, as you can see, further and further down the line, you have more and more and more effeminate boys. It is because they are moving away from their male nature and submitting to this pop culture that is changing their biology, which is affecting the environment, which is why there's so much violence amongst our young men, because they're effeminate. They don't know how to just have a simple conversation, say whatever they're going to say, and leave it at where it's going to go, where it is. They are running off of the programming that they received, that their mothers implanted in them, that their fathers implanted in them, that the culture that they're a part of implants in them. So they got a mixture of all of that stuff. This is why we have to understand biocothyron. So you can properly understand exactly what we're dealing with. These young boys have moved away from masculine or male nature. They're not about manhood. That's why a lot of them don't get to see 25, 30 years old, because they're playing in a death culture. They're part of a culture where it's not designed for them to survive. You see? But it all goes back to this. It all goes back to what these young men are valuing. What are they valuing? And we have to understand that pop culture doesn't value you, brother. So it's never going to represent you the correct way. They're never going to represent us in the media the correct way. This is why we need our own. They're never going to tell our children the correct stories of who we are. We have to do that. But we can't do that on vagina vision. We cannot do that as men with vagina vision. Meaning, if you are a man that is suffering from vagina vision, you wouldn't understand how important our own media is. You will not support us having our own media. Because the first thing you'll say is, well, is it better than such and such? You'll go and compare it to vagina vision. You see, because when you submit to the backward value system, you don't know how to value anything of your own. You see? You don't know how to value anything of your own. So the first thing you'll do, if your brother come out with a distribution center that's like Walmart, the first thing you're going to do is compare it to Walmart. Well, if you don't have everything that Walmart has, as if at some point everybody, see, this is what everybody likes to do too. This is what serving the backward value system does too. It gives a lot of these guys amnesia, because there was a certain time where a lot of us black people, we wasn't just shopping at no Walmarts and Kmarts. I remember that. See, I grew up in a time where you ain't gonna just be going to no Walmart. You gotta have money to go to Walmart. They wasn't selling dollar stuff and all of this cheap stuff that they sell now when I was young. You see? Now they shutting down places and putting up Walmarts. But when I was young, we shopped at the discount stores. That was my Walmart. You got discount stores. You had liquidating discount stores. That's all Walmart is. That's all Walmart is. They just sell everything. You see? So a person who practices this backward value system will quickly devalue something that his people created to try to uphold the value system of the same people who don't care about him. But a lot of you brothers don't understand that you do this. Why? Because they use media to compact the programming on top of each other. Now, let me explain that. We give you the backward value system, right? We give you the backward value system from 10 to 1. Now, instead of 1 to 10, you do from 10 to 1. So, with you serving the backward value system, which makes you a consumer, you have a consumer mindset. You don't have the mindset of an owner. You see? This is why when you hear guys like Master P, when you hear a guy like a Dame Dash, rest in peace, when you heard Nipsey Hussle, when you hear Jay-Z, when you hear Rick Ross, I just did a video about Rose. where he was telling you the biggest CEO you can ever be is being a CEO of your life. Meaning being a CEO of these 10 life values. When you master these 10 life values in your life, you become a CEO of your life. He's not just the CEO of Maybach Music Group. He's the CEO of his life. Why? Because he has the internal 5 and the external 5. This is why if you go on Rick Ross' Instagram, he's only wearing small Black-owned business clothing brands right now. He said he wearing that all summer. He's not wearing no designer like that. So if you got a clothing line, send it to Rick Ross. Send him free clothes. He gonna promote you. Why? Because Rick Ross no longer suffers from the consumer mindset. So now he understands that the value starts with him. Now he understands the importance of spiritual value, of health value, of family value, of appearance value, of dwelling value. Now he understands this. Because see, he almost died thinking it was just about mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth. He almost died. As a multimillionaire, he almost died. And that's what vagina vision is rooted in. Vagina vision is rooted in the consumer. The consumer, say it with me, y'all, value system. And when Ross began to boss up over his life, he got his health together. He got his family together. You notice you don't see his children's mom arguing on Instagram no more, because he became the CEO of his life. Because what? He stopped serving vagina vision. Vagina was no longer his vision. See, when you uphold the value system of the gynocracy, you are still serving, or you have vagina vision. When you can't stop talking about strags, you are suffering from vagina vision. See, because here in the A Game family, we understand that it doesn't serve us to speak about things that doesn't benefit us. Shout out to my brother Father's Time. He said these conversations are tough but necessary. Salute, my brother. That's a fact. And, and y'all know in the A Game family, I don't mind having those tough conversations. I'm the one for that. So salute, my brother. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. Much love, mamas. She said, A Game Nation, stand up. Oh, yeah, we here. We here. Shout out to the Thriller. Salute. But we have to understand, fellas, how we suffer from vagina vision. Us going back and trying to redo something that was already done, that's gynocratic. Speaking on things that is supposed to be irrelevant and not a factor that's gynocratic. See, this is all of that's part of vagina vision. It is not just the shows, it's the behaviors. It is the mentality that comes from watching those shows. It is the dysfunctions that come from watching that type of television and indulging in that culture, which is called pop culture today. We have to understand how not to get caught up in having vagina vision. And the way that you do that first is you have to value you. I spoke about this yesterday. With brothers and their infatuation with Instagram baddies. And because they got a bag, they want to go and chase these archetypes of women who don't care nothing about them, who at the end of the day think they're boring and whack. Because that's what Asian Doll said. She said rich guys are boring and whack. See? That is because those guys are what? Victims of vagina vision. This is why they trying to please hyenas. This is why they can't leave the strag alone. I can't leave you alone. I can't leave you alone. Can't leave a strag alone. Can't keep a strag out your mouth. It starts with you, brother. It starts with the value of yourself. How you see yourself. Don't tell me you think of yourself highly, but you're still sitting around talking about strags and how strags is messing up your life. You don't think highly of yourself, brother. Let's work on that together. Let's talk about spiritual value, which is the knowledge of oneself, which is the relationship between man and God. Let's speak about that, brother, because this is where your confidence lies. Your confidence doesn't lie in those greenbacks that's in your pocket, brother. Your confidence is not those greenbacks and those blue faces in your pocket. That's not your confidence. See, and if it is, you'll constantly be giving it away. See, this is what the gynocracy knows, because this is how the gynocracy trained you. Because you're practicing the backward value system, which teaches you not to value you. So your confidence lies in your income. Your bravado lies in your profession. You get up here and you talk big man things because you got a good job. So you get up here and you talk big man. You get up here and you talk like a big man. Big man. I'm the big man. You know, you get up here and you talk like a rude boy. Because you got a couple of dollars. No, brother, we need to get you, we need to get your spirit right, bro. We need to get your spirit right, brother. See, because that's why you can't stop talking about the strag. Because you're still trying to validate the strag. Because you want her to tell you, hey, you're a cool guy. A lot of you guys really want to get along with strags. Let's keep it tall. See, now I'm gonna veer off a little bit. I ain't gonna go too far, but I'm gonna veer off a little bit. Because I gotta keep it real. A lot of you guys want to be King Strag Slayer. That's what y'all want to be. King Strag Slayer. This is what y'all want to be. You want to slay the strag. Why don't we do what we said we were going to do in the beginning to the strag? Leave them alone. Why can't we do that? See, because you know what I learned hurts them more than trying to be King Strag Slayer. You know what hurts them more? Walking away and showing them by you valuing yourself and letting them watch you grow into who you supposed to be. That hurts a strag more, brother. That hurts them more. Every time they see you, every time they hear you, you're growing. You're growing. That hurts them more. You know why? Because that shows them you're not suffering from vagina vision. See, you want revenge because you caught up with the male hyena mindset. This is why you need to understand the 10 life values. This is why. Seek revenge for what? Forgive those, for they know not what they do. You see, am I saying forgive them? No. You didn't know what you were doing, dealing with that strag. So forgive yourself. It's time to heal, brothers. This is what the internal 5 of the 10 life value system represents. Healing. See, it's going to take some healing when you move away from vagina vision. Because guess what? You might not have as much women as you had on your roster before, brother. You might go from 5 women to maybe 2, or maybe 1, or maybe none. Because see, once you get these internal 5 down and you get them up in you, right? And you begin to apply what you want from each value, right? Let me show you what changes, brother. This is why you may go from a roster of females to maybe 1 or 2, or to maybe none. I'm going to show you why. Because now you know how to vet women. Because you're not suffering from vagina vision. Where the value system tells you not to value yourself. Now you value yourself. Now you're going to value your time. You see? Now you're going to value your time. Now your time is important to you. You see? But as long as you keep suffering from vagina vision, man, I don't know what we gonna do with these strags. If you're still suffering from that, you're gonna keep giving up your time. You're gonna keep giving up your money. You're gonna stay in trouble, and you're gonna always be dealing with threat all the time. You're going to constantly deal with gynocrats. You're going to deal with hyenas and hyenas only. You see? Because that is the result of having vagina vision, brother. This is why they put vagina vision on television. So you don't know how to properly vet a woman. Because first of all, vagina vision doesn't teach a man to value himself. So if you don't value yourself, you don't value your time. If you don't value your health, why the hell would you value your money? Come on. Think about this, fellas. See, we could get up here and we could talk about vagina vision from the standpoint of, you know, the media and, you know, the imagery that come out. But we here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, this is why I call y'all the visionaries. Because I know that y'all could see deeper into the conversation. I know that when I come up with these topics, y'all can foresee, brothers, where I'm headed with this. You see, because we have to understand why things are the way that they are. We got to speak on the causes. See, what the gynocracy taught us to do, which is not masculine, is to sit around and complain about the problem. To only speak on the problems and the problems that come from that. You see? But once you go on the journey of healing, once you go on the journey of healing, which is going internally, right? Then you'll be able to start figuring out and finding out the causes of these issues. See, because you want to figure out what caused the problem as a man, because as men, part of our nature is problem solving. We want to solve problems. We don't want to keep perpetuating them. And having vagina vision as a man, you will constantly continue to perpetuate the same problems we complain about in this space. There is no reason to there's no reason for this. There's no reason for us to have to go back and to revisit and continue to perpetuate the problems that we're going to say we have to fix over and over and over and over. But you know why we continue to perpetuate the problem? Because we continue to perpetuate the value system. We continue to perpetuate the value system, right? That plagues our biology, which in turn creates this death culture, which is destroying the environment. You see? You see how this works, fellas? Shout out to brother P that. He said, preach. They want to dwell with the obstinate, wayward, untamed strag and be her redeemer. They make idols of her pathology and dysfunction, but mad at her for not walking the path they themselves haven't walked. Confused. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, brother P that. That's a fact. That is a fact. And as I was always told, you have to lead by example. This is why 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we left the strag alone. We stopped talking about strags because we already know they don't have the ear to hear. They don't care. I don't talk to people who don't care. Because like my mentor, Dr. Holman taught me, he said, DS1, don't nobody want to hear what you got to say, bro, unless they know you care. Nobody don't want to hear what you got to say if they know you don't care about them. I said, wow. So why are we speaking on people who don't care about what we're dealing with as a people? Why are we speaking to them? Why are we speaking about them? Why are we giving them life? Why are we resurrecting strags from the dead? By mentioning them. You know, all they want is some attention. You know, that's all they want. Why are we doing this? It's because of vagina vision. That is the effect of vagina vision. All roads lead back to the gynocracy. All roads lead back to the gynocracy when you suffer from vagina vision. And how we know you're suffering from vagina vision, brothers? You uphold the backward value system. Here you go. You uphold the backward value system. This is why you can't leave the strag alone. We 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 can't leave the strag alone. You know why? Because you practice the backward value system. Strags love guys who suffer from vagina vision. That's why the first thing they do, they come and throw that thing in your face. Because they know that's all, this all he want. Let me go in his pockets. Let me see what he got. Brothers, this 10 life value system has been saving black men for over 20 years. It has saved millions of black men's lives. It has reunited thousands upon thousands of families. This system, see, when you practice the backward value system, That's when you gotta be chased back and forth through child support court. See, brothers, we trying to stop the future generations from going through what we already been through because we didn't understand. We didn't know what to do, but now we do. Now we do. So a strag shouldn't be a problem for your son because he should know how to deal with a strag because he has a value system. And his value system don't uphold strags. His value system tell him, brother, you don't even see strags. Who that thought over there? Oh, I see that little thought. Oh, she want my attention because she know I ain't even paying her none. I see that little thought, but I'm going that way because I value myself. See, that's what we trying to do here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. That's what we doing here in the A Game family. That's what we doing here in the A Game Nation. We're trying to stop the dysfunction from furthering in our families. So our young boys don't have to learn when they get grown, which stumps their personal development. We want to start the development early. We want to tell our young boys, love yourself. Daddy love you. We love you. You have a family that loves you. You have a family that supports you. You have a family that will listen to you. Instead of us having to come and having to work with a bunch of grown men who have been destroyed. Now, there's nothing wrong with working with those men. But do we want to keep doing the same thing? Because if we have to keep rehabilitating grown men over and over and over and over and over, we're not going to have time to focus on the youth, the young men, the young boys, the babies. This is why we say we have to heal before we build. I just did a video about stealthing. Do you know that the majority of the guys that get caught with this stealth stuff, they're having sex with strange women? They're being sexually careless because they don't care about their health. And how do they depict black men in vagina vision? How do they depict us? Sexually promiscuous, raw dog specialists. Look how they put us on display. See, we have to tell the system that black men are no longer available for that type of exploitation. I'm not available for that. Because I don't get down like that. I don't do that. Why you think a guy like Papoose, when he was on Love and Hip Hop, Vagina Vision, He told the producers that I will not come on this show if you don't depict me in the right way. Because I am a man of value. You want me on here to substantiate my wife's story, and she just doing this shit to promote her music and to keep her brand going. I don't need the money, VH1. But if you want me on this show, you're going to depict me the right way. And they honored Pap. They honored him. They did the same thing with Cameron when Cam was on Love and Hip Hop. You ain't gonna have me up here looking like a goofy. See, because they understand vagina vision. They understand the power of imagery and media. And that going out to the world speaks to our what? Appearance value. So when vagina vision, black men are saw as what? Bucks. Uneducated bucks. Safari, anyone? Uneducated bucks. That's how we appear to the world. Oh, black men are just good for their Johnsons. All black men could do is rap, play basketball, play sports, and slang Johnson. You see the dangers of vagina vision and partaking in it? And the way you partake in it, first, brothers, is by upholding their value system. If you remove the value system, the whole shit will crumble. This is why guys that you see, certain rappers that you see, you don't see them no more. Guys like Mike Jones, guys like Chameleonaire. You wonder why you don't see guys like that no more? Because they told WS, hey, listen, I'm not promoting the backward value system no more because I value myself now. I'm not selling this poison to my people no more for money because I value myself. And I know I can make an honest earn. I can earn honorably. So you know what they did to those artists? They turned the lights out on them. They turned the machine off. That's why you think Mike Jones fell off. That's why you may think a Slim Thug or, a Chameleonaire may have fell off. A Hurricane Chris may have fell off. Little Flip may have fell off. I'm done, master. I'm done, master. We not promoting vagina vision no more. Oh, really, Mike? Okay. Hey, Mike Kaiser, turn the machine off for Mike Jones. Mike Jones, who? 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 Because he said, I'm not promoting vagina vision anymore. I'm done. I'm done. And once you say that, you're done. Oh, you don't want to uphold the backward value system? Okay. Have a nice life. And by the way, you owe us $15 million on the way out. That's what happens. This is why when Dame Dash, when they turned the machine off on Dame Dash, you had a lot of dudes getting up here saying, "Oh, Dame Dash broke. Oh, Dame Dash broke. Dame Dash ain't got nothing. Dame Dash broke." Because you practice the backward value system that tells you if you don't see him draped in diamonds and drinking Dom P, he broke. If you don't see him in the new Phantom, if he don't got the Cullinan, the one Fabio foreign guy, then he broke. Because that's what the backward value system tells you. That's what vagina vision tells you. If he not wearing Balenciaga jogger sneakers, he's broke. Who's Dame Dash? Oh, he's broke. They did it to 50. Oh, 50 broke. He filed bankruptcy. He's broke. No, they cut the lights off on 50. In hip hop, they cut the lights off. That's what they did. They cut the lights off. $50 said, "Listen, I'm tired of being a slave for y'all. I'm tired of upholding the backward value system. That ain't getting me nowhere. I'm dying inside." He was ready to self-destruct. Pay attention. He put it, see, one thing about 50, he put it in his music. The massacre. Before I self-destruct. TOS, terminate on sight. He was going through it with them dudes. He was talking about Jimmy Iovine and them. I hope y'all know that. I hope y'all know that. 50 was going to war with his own label. Why you think he ended up having beef with Steve Stout? Why you think a lot of those guys that was rocking with 50, like guys like Shy Money XL, these guys 50 don't rock with them guys no more. Because when he went to war with Interscope, the machine, right? They flipped on Fifth and told him they wasn't going with him. Because they were so used to getting the perks that they were granted by upholding the backward value system. See, guys, I understand that a lot of you brothers are living from a term of desperation. This is why you got to heal. Because you feel like, hey, if I don't promote this, I don't eat. If I don't talk about strags, I don't make money. No, bro, that's going to further destroy you. You cannot keep negotiating for the essence of who you are, brother. You are supposed to always choose or operate out of nature instead of culture. That's who you are. Don't let these people fool you, man. They've been doing it to us for too long. See, to truly be woke, is to be aware of what WS is based in and how they continue to rule the minds of the people. It is ruled through a value system. It is ruled through a value system that affects this method here. You see? See, if they can get you to value debauchery, now they control how you think and how you feel, which creates deaf culture, aka pop culture, which will then have our environments looking the way that they look, which will in turn tell these institutions that, hey, we need more police in the streets. We need more police in the streets because these young boys are savages. But who told them they was a savage? The backward value system. Who told them to go spin the block? The backward value system. Who told them that they was demons and goblins and goons? The culture, which is backed by what? A value system. A backward one. So we have to understand how things are caused. We have to understand the cause. What caused these issues? So we can properly assess them and solve them efficiently. See, that's what this is about. This is not about going back and having to patch up the hole again. This is not going back and having to bring it back up. No, it's done. It's done. Once you understand that the backward value system, which is a consumer value system, does not benefit us as brothers because it does not speak to who we are. It only speaks to what we do, which in turn burns black men out and has been doing it forever. Because us practicing this backward value system speaks to our poor health conditions. You see? See, this is the effects of vagina vision. See, vagina vision is based in the backward value system. This is why it destroys brothers. This is why you got brothers committing suicide. This is why you got so much brothers in jail. This is why you got so much brothers sick and locked in based on health problems. Because they're suffering from vagina vision, which is all immersed in the backward value system, brothers. We have to begin to practice the value system correctly. Don't start with wealth first. Start with you first. It doesn't start with your leisure. It starts with you first. Doesn't start with your profession and what you do. It starts with you first. Doesn't start with your education, what school you went to, how many degrees you got. It starts with you first, the character of the man. See, your education won't make you less of a piece of trash if you're a piece of trash. It starts with you first. It starts with you first. Don't start with your mobility. It starts with you. See, they teach us to put the external 5 over the internal 5, which is why we calling each other savages and demons, and we don't have loyalty to one another. This is why spiritually bankrupt. This is why we're last when it comes to health, dealing with all men. Black men are last when it comes to health. This is why we don't have a community. It's all what? Ethnic outpost. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan. No family. Because we put knees over these. We put knees over these. That's the backward value system, brothers. If we flip it to what it's supposed to be, which starts with you, that works for this. But it's going to work in a good way and not a bad way. See, because when biology, culture, and environment comes together, there's going to be a transformation, whether it's good or bad. So